Toxic World Media.
Yeah,
Where the chaos speaks.
yeah,
Toxic World, Toxic World, Toxic World Media.
Welcome back to Toxic World Media, and today's toxic story might be one of the craziest examples yet of how internet fame, live stream cultures, and real world consequences are starting to collide in a dangerous way. Because DeenTheGreat, one of the most recognizable influencer boxers on the internet, just got arrested in Miami Beach on a felony attempted strong arm robbery charge. Yeah, felony. And according to police reports, this whole situation allegedly started over a woman's phone after people left a yacht party. But the deeper you look into this situation, the more uncomfortable the bigger conversation becomes. Because this isn't just about one arrest. This is about influencer culture, live stream energy bleeding into real life. Young creators feel untouchable, and the internet churning every reckless moment into content until somebody ends up in handcuffs. And trust me, the internet completely switched sides after the details started coming out. So let's break down this whole situation, because y'all are not ready for how messy this story actually gets. Now, for people who might not know, DeenTheGreat built a massive following online through influencer boxing, internet personality content, and social media entertainment. And whether people love him or hate him, one thing nobody can deny is that Dean became part of that new generation of internet celebrities who exist somewhere between athletes, streamer, influencer, and reality show character. That's the world we're in now. These creators aren't just making videos anymore. Their actual lives become the entertainment. Every argument, every flex, every yacht party, every confrontation, every relationship issue, everything becomes content. And personally, I think that's where things started getting dangerous. Because once your brain gets trained to think every intense moment is a part of the show, reality itself starts feeling fake. And this Miami situation feels like one of those moments where internet energy allegedly crosses over into real world consequences. According to reports, police say the incident happened after a yacht outing in Miami Beach, and allegedly, a dispute involving a woman's phone escalated after the group got off the yacht and moved onto the dock area. Now, this is where the story takes a serious turn, because according to the alleged victim, she claimed Dean grabbed her forearm and attempted to snatch her phone during the altercation. She also alleges that the confrontation left a minor scratch on her arm, and police ultimately arrested and booked him into the Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center on a felony attempted strong arm robbery charge. I'll pause right there, because this is where the internet immediately split into two completely different conversations. One side said, hold on, a felony over a phone scuffle and a scratch? But the other side said, actions have consequences. You cannot put your hands on other people over a phone. And honestly, that divide tells you everything about the internet culture right now. Because the second this story hit social media, people instantly started turning this into content. Memes, hot takes, reaction streams, debate, clips, Twitter arguments, TikTok breakdowns. Everybody suddenly became a lawyer overnight. And this is the part nobody wants to talk about. The live stream influencer era has completely changed how people process serious situations. Back in the day, an arrest story would be treated carefully. Now, people are farming engagement off of mugshots within minutes. And somehow, it gets worse. Because influencer boxing culture already exists in a weird, hyper masculine internet environment where aggression, ego, clout, and humiliation all mix together. Everybody's trying to look dominant online. Nobody wants to look weak. Nobody wants to get embarrassed on camera, especially when phones are involved. And if you've been paying attention, phones have become the most dangerous object in influencer culture because one clip can destroy your image overnight. One leaked video, one embarrassing moment, one viral upload. That's why situations involving phones escalate fast in today's internet environment. People panic, people react emotionally, people allegedly make terrible decisions in real time. And the scary part, a lot of influencers move like the cameras make them invincible until reality shows up. And the reality does not care about followers. Reality does not care about viral moments. Reality does not care about your fan base defending you in the comment section. A felony charge changes the conversation immediately. That's not internet drama anymore. That's legal territory. And this is exactly why the internet is in chaos right now. Now let's talk about the legal side for a second, because this part matters. According to reports, DeenTheGreat was arrested in Miami Beach and booked in custody while awaiting further proceedings. The charge? Attempted strong arm robbery. Now, legally speaking, strong arm robbery generally refers to using force or intimidation without a weapon during an alleged theft attempt. And the key word there is attempted. That distinction matters because online, people immediately started acting like charges equal convictions. And that's not how the legal system works. At the same time, a felony accusation is still extremely serious, especially for a public figure whose brand depends on sponsorship, public image, appearances, and audience trust. And here's what I notice immediately. The media farming around influence arrests is always interesting. When celebrities get arrested, headlines often soften the language. But when influencers get arrested, the internet almost treat it like a public execution. People instantly rush to humiliation, cooked, career over, crash out, dummy. That's the culture now. And now I'm gonna be honest. I think social media has made public shame into entertainment. People don't even wait for full details anymore. They pick a side immediately. And once the internet picks a narrative, good luck changing it. Especially when a mugshot hits the timeline. That image alone becomes a story. Not the facts, not the court process, not context, just the optics. And the optics run the internet now. But here's where the story becomes bigger than DeenTheGreat. Because this situation exposes something happening across influencer culture as a whole. The line between performance and reality is disappearing. That's the real story. Influencers live in environments where attention equals money, conflict equals engagement, humiliation equals virality, chaos equals growth. So eventually, some creators start unconsciously treating real life like it's another stream, another episode, another clip, another viral moment. And that mindset becomes dangerous when emotions get involved, especially around ego, especially around respect, especially around public image. This is why we keep seeing internet personalities spiral publicly, because the internet rewards emotional extremes. Calm people rarely go viral, disciplined people rarely trend, but crashes, meltdowns, arrests, those dominate timelines instantly. And the audience plays a role too, because the viewers say they want accountability, but at the same time, the most reckless creators often get the most attention. That contradiction fuels the entire machine. And this is the part nobody in mainstream media wants to analyze honestly. Internet fame psychologically changes people, especially young creators surrounded by yes men, clout chasers, cameras, and non-stop validation. Real ones already saw this coming. Not specifically this arrest, but the larger pattern. The influencer world keeps getting more reckless because the reward system itself is broken. Now let's have the uncomfortable conversation. There's a growing issue in modern internet culture where masculinity gets confused with emotional impulsiveness. They're not the same thing. A lot of young men online are being taught that reacting emotionally, crashing out publicly, flexing aggressively, or escalating situations make you look powerful. It doesn't. Discipline is power. Self control is power. Walking away is power, especially when cameras are everywhere. And the internet rarely teaches that because rage generate clicks faster than maturity. That's why so many creators end up trapped inside their own public image. They feel pressure to consistently stand on business online. Even in situations where the smartest move is to de escalate, and once your audience expect chaos from you, you almost become a prisoner of that character you created. That's the dark side of influencer culture nobody talks about. Sometimes the brand starts controlling the person. And I think this entire Miami situation is forcing people to confront that reality. Now, as of right now, the internet is still debating everything. Some people think the charges sound excessive, others believe accountability needs to happen regardless of celebrity status. Some fans are defending Dean completely. Others think this damages influencer boxing as a whole. And trust me, the reactions are brutal. Because once somebody becomes a meme online, public empathy disappears fast, especially in today's algorithm culture. And if additional footage, witness accounts, or live stream clips surface later, this story could escalate even further. That's another reality of 2026 internet culture. Nothing stays private anymore. Everybody's recording, everybody's posting, everybody's investigating in real time, which means public opinion can change overnight depending on what surfaces next. And nobody expected influencer culture to evolve into this. From prank videos and gaming streams to courthouse discussions and felony headlines. That evolution says a lot about where internet fame is heading. At the end of the day, this situation is bigger than one creator. It's about what happens when clout culture, live stream psychology, ego, public image, and real world consequences all collide at once. And honestly, I think we're going to keep seeing stories like this until influencer culture changes what it rewards. Because right now, the internet rewards chaos first and reflection later. And that formula keeps producing disaster. But I want to hear what y'all think. Was this situation overblown? Or is this exactly what happens when internet personalities start believing they're untouchable? And do y'all think influencer culture itself is becoming too reckless? Comment below. Debate it respectfully. And if you made it this far, subscribe to Toxic World Media for more breakdowns, investigation, internet chaos, and cultural commentary. Because over here, we don't just react to headlines, we break down the psychology behind them. Toxic World Media, where we expose the chaos behind internet culture.
We tap in, no sleep, one click, whole storm, cold facts on the feed. Watch the noise transform from ash to the screen, from pain to the post. Every wild, every real. We bring it close, talk loud, stay sharp. Read the room, read the code. When the walls start shaking, we still hold the load. Can you hear that pull? Something heavy in the air, everybody got a tape. We put it right, Toxic World Media.